Good morning, and welcome to Great Man Walking. This is day 22. Making our way across the Fontana Dam. It's about 9:30 in the morning. Guest hiker for today is my stepson Shad.
What's happening,
guys? He brought me some extra supplies. We went to the visitor center here at the dam from the Hilton shelter and got organized. I guess it gives a little bit of a late start, but we've had a lightning storm overnight. It's still lightning a little bit, so we're gonna go try to find the tallest mountain we can climb and see how that works out. Little foggy, overcast. Ooh, it was a beautiful day yesterday, but after this washout today, I think we'll have about 4 or 5 days of good weather. So we'll see what happens. It's warm, but it's raining. See what the day brings. It's about 1 o'clock. We're about 4.5 miles in to the Smokies. Supposed to rain all day. It's quit raining. Some clouds are lifting. I don't know if that means it's over, but I actually saw my shadow once or twice, so that's good. Pants are drying out. Took my raincoat off. My shirt's drying out. So we'll take it. You know, I've been watching YouTubers for a while, and many of you that are watching me have as well. But whenever someone new like myself comes out here and does it, I bring some new viewers. One of them yesterday asked me about how I navigate out here, and of course the short answer is the trail is pretty easy to follow. It is marked with white blazes, but almost everyone out here uses a phone app. I use Far Out, and I think it's about a $75 item. There's other ones that people use, and you still see a few AWOL guides in paper form, and some people use it in PDF form. So the Far Out app will show you what the elevation looks like coming forward, shows you campsite, shows you where the shelters are located, the towns, what services you might expect to find in those towns, road crossings, and just on and on and on. Really, water sources, I mean everything. So you have a reference in your phone that pretty much gives you any information you need for any particular situation you're in. So that makes navigating pretty stress-free, and it works whether you have cell service or not. So that's the answer to that little tidbit. That's kind of how we navigate. We follow the trail, follow the blazes, and use an app on our phone to answer the other less obvious questions. Another thing that some of the first time watchers asked was, how do we manage our food and plan for that? Well, when I started, I figured I was going to walk from Springer to Neal Gap, which I thought would take me 4 days. So I packed 4 days of food. And I knew that I could resupply at Neal Gap. As it turned out, I took a zero in Blairsville, so I also did some shopping there. And then we looked to see what the next stretch is going to be. How many more days is it going to take us to get to the next place we can resupply? If it's 2 or 3 or 4 days or just whatever it is, that's what we buy for. And we just pretty much walk from one resupply point to another. And then we figure towns in. There's about a 40-mile stretch from Dix Creek Gap to Franklin. And I knew I wanted to zero in Franklin. So I packed 4 days of food. I bought it, made sure I had it when I was at Around the Bend Hostel. And then I knew I was going to do about 4 10-mile days to get me to Franklin. And that's what I did. So once we make a decision and buy our food, there's no more decision making until we get to that next resupply point. It's just day by day with what we have. Hope that makes some sense. We're about 7.5 miles in. Still got a ways to go to the first shelter, but we'll make it. Been pretty uneventful so far. We kind of got up on top, and now it's just little ups and downs. Not too bad. We filtered some water there at one point. Just a typical day. Did see a couple deer, looked like young ones. We just kind of stopped for a minute. I haven't looked over the bank, and there they were. They were not paying any attention to us. So far, been a pretty uneventful first day in the Smokies. Okay, the first day in the Smokies is over. We did exactly 12 miles to Mollies Ridge Shelter. We got in here pretty late. It's about 7. Stepson doesn't quite have his legs under him. Doesn't have the benefit of walking for the last 3 weeks like I do. But he still did very well. We got here, we got set up. We had some supper. Hung our packs and everything. They've got cables here, so anything we didn't need in our hammocks with us, we just went ahead and hung the whole thing. It was a good day. Of course, we had to climb out of Fontana. The rain quit earlier than forecast, so that was nice. So tomorrow, we haven't made our plans yet. We'll do that in the morning. Alrighty. We will see you all again in the morning. Good night.